Back in May, the rock world got a surprising announcement from I Prevail, revealing the band had parted ways with their co-founding vocalist Brian Burkheiser. Since that time, Brian has gone on to start a new band of his own called Scatterbrain, who were slated to release their debut single this upcoming Friday. I Prevail, of course, is carrying forward and has a new album of their own releasing on September 19th called Violent Nature by way of Fearless Records. In a surprising turn of events, earlier today, Brian Burkheiser released a statement alleging that he was blocked from releasing this debut single because of an ongoing dispute with his former band. Here's what we know about the current situation. For over a decade, Brian Burkheiser's vocals were a defining part of I Prevail's sound. He was there from the beginning in 2013. A crucial half of the band's dual vocal attack that balanced melody with aggression and helped them become one of the biggest bands in modern rock. Then, in May of this year, a shocking announcement came. I Prevail and Brian Burkheiser were, quote, mutually parting ways. It was a sad moment for fans, but the band was moving forward, and Brian was too, on his own project. About a month and a half after the split, Burkheiser took to Instagram and seemed to confirm that things were okay, at least on a personal level. He wrote that there was no beef between him and his former bandmates, and even said, quote, I love every single one of those guys, whether they know it or not. But in that same series of posts, he also hinted that the split wasn't as clean as the official statement suggested. He added that he believed he didn't deserve how things went down and clarified, I did try to communicate more, and I wish that they would have talked to me more. He finished by saying that he hoped to rekindle my friendship with those guys one day. Even with the hint of unresolved feelings, he still took the high road, praising Eric for taking over the primary singer role and encouraging fans to go see the band on their massive summer tour. It seemed like whatever the issues were, everyone was ready to move on. Brian was working on his own music, and I Prevail was gearing up to release their fourth studio album, Violent Nature, on September 19th. But that brings us to today, and a statement from Brian Burkheiser that seems to change things. It turns out, moving on hasn't been that simple. In a post on his social media pages, Brian revealed that due to an ongoing dispute, he will be unable to release his debut single with Scatterbrain this week. Here's his statement, quote, due to an unresolved dispute with my former band, I Prevail, I am being blocked from releasing my song Phases, as well as other new music. I'm deeply disappointed, but I'm doing everything I can to move things forward. I want to thank my family, friends, and most importantly, my fans for their unwavering support. Now, the specific nature of this dispute is still unknown, but in the music industry, these type of disagreements often boil down to a few key areas. Disagreements over songwriting credits and royalties from his time in the band, the terms of his exit agreement, or perhaps something related to new music itself. Whatever the reason, it's clear that the issues that led to his departure were not fully resolved, and now they're having a major impact on his ability to release music as an artist. Now, again, whether or not this is specifically the members of I Prevail trying to intervene to prevent him from releasing, or this is something to do with his record contract, again, remains to be seen. For fans who have followed the band for years, this is a tough pill to swallow. Of course, they've watched Brian battle a serious health condition, and just as he's ready to return with this new music, he's being held back by some sort of a dispute that's going on behind the scenes. And of course, the timing of this also puts I Prevail in a difficult position. The band's less than a month away from releasing their new album, Violent Nature, and up to this point, the band has really tried to stay out of any sort of public back and forth with Brian, their former vocalist, and just focus on the new music as they have been doing. So, a situation that started as a sad but understandable departure has now become a public and complicated dispute. The full details remain behind the scenes, but one thing is clear, the story of Brian and his departure from I Prevail is definitely complicated. So this is very unfortunate. I love Brian. I love the guys in I Prevail. I've really enjoyed the singles they've released. I'm looking forward to their new album, Violent Nature. I'm looking forward to hearing what Brian has coming with Scatterbrain as well. He's been teasing that upcoming single Phases. And look, I do think that whatever is happening, this is going to be resolved at some point in the near future. Hopefully, we'll have to see. Sounds like this is something that we see when people go in different directions. It could be related to his record contract. And I wish Brian and I Prevail nothing but the best. As always, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates about your favorite bands.